Central Arkansas is iced over. Everything from roads to fountains frozen today. Plus,
I'm sick of it, ready for it to end.
not everyone is happy about winter's return. Why this dad walked 5 miles for his daughter. Then, the snow isn't just for the kids. This fearless pooch got in on the family fun, too. Your winter weather team coverage starts now.
Now, the difference in news and information in Arkansas. THV 11, news at 6.
Parts of Arkansas iced over. Many Central Arkansas schools out today and now again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I'm Dawn Scott.
And I'm Craig O'Neill. And for the latest school closings, just keep an eye at the bottom of your screen or check our website, THV11.com.
We have had THV 11 crews across the state today finding out what your area looks like. We found dangerous falling ice in parts of Little Rock while families in Conway simply enjoyed a day off.
But there's one common thread everywhere we went. We found drivers tired of winter. That brings us to our THV 11 team coverage tonight.
Crews in your neck of the woods all day today. THV 11's Kevin Traeger stayed close to home in downtown Little Rock. We begin with him. Kevin, what did you find today?
Craig, Dawn, the roads here are bad in downtown Little Rock. There's a lot of ice around me. The interstates are clearing up a little bit tonight, but the rest of the roads are not in good shape. There's a lot of ice. They're slippery. There were accidents throughout the day today, and there was also falling ice coming off of some of the buildings here in downtown Little Rock. So it ended up being a pretty dangerous day for drivers as well as pedestrians. Slick roads caused a number of accidents in downtown Little Rock Monday. On East 9th Street, a car slid into a moving train, shutting that street down for more than an hour. Police reported no injuries in the collision.
Yeah, well, I would advise people not to just get out unless it's absolutely necessary.
Traffic was light in the River Market, although some businesses remained open for the remaining tourists from Sunday's marathon. By afternoon, a dangerous situation had developed for pedestrians when giant slabs of ice began sliding off the roof of this building.
I've never seen that happen much.
Paul Spinner says the falling ice posed a serious threat for anyone entering or exiting their car on President Clinton Avenue.
It could be bad. If it's hitting you on top of the head, I don't know, it's pretty strong. I don't think it could puncture your skin, but it wouldn't feel very good.
And sure enough, when I went across the street to get video of the dangling ice pieces, the slab fell right on top of my head.
I mean, I think where we're from, we got the equipment to they knock them down, but I've never seen this in town.
There's still a lot of ice remaining on those buildings in the River Market area, so if you're going to be around there tonight or anywhere in downtown Little Rock, keep an eye out. If you're on the sidewalks, look out for anything that could be falling down from above. Reporting live in downtown Little Rock, Kevin Traeger, THV 11 News.
And we're glad you're okay, Kevin. Thank you. If you have to drive to work tomorrow or get the kids to school in the morning, don't forget about the Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department's map. It shows all of the interstate conditions, whether roads are covered in sleet, they're ice, or if they're clear.
Just click on the traffic tab on our website, THV11.com, and then click on the snowflake. You can also use the traffic tab to find out if any delays are in your area. THV 11's Alyssa Raymond continuing our THV 11 team coverage this evening.
She spent the day in West Little Rock, and what's it like out there, Alyssa?
Yes, so when I was out earlier this morning in West Little Rock, there was hardly any people out and about. You know, big area for retailers and commercial space along Chenal Parkway where I was. And I only saw a couple places open for business. And for those people that tried to get there, they thought it was safer going on foot.
Just got started shoveling and spreading ice melt.
For Jesse Adams, when winter weather strikes, work begins at 4:30 in the morning. His company maintains about 70 properties.
All over West Little Rock, downtown. So we start out first thing working on our medical property and then just kind of move out from there.
Adams says he bought more than 60 bags of salt. On Monday morning, the Home Depot on Chenal sold about 400 bags of ice melt alone.
Some of the businesses and areas around here, they've been buying it by the pallet, so now we're pretty much out.
Almost every single parking lot out in West Little Rock is a complete sheet of ice.
You can't just walk on the sidewalk. It's too slippery.
Jim Wagoner ventured out in this for his daughter's 17th birthday. Since driving wasn't an option, he decided to walk about 5 miles round trip to one of the only places open.
So I walked to Walmart to get a birthday card, and she wants meatballs for dinner, so I got her ground beef and stuff to make her meatballs.
And with ingredients in hand, Wagoner carefully walking home, hoping.
Put in soon.
And I think it's really safe to say that many people would agree with Jim, hoping that this winter weather gets out of here. So, Ed, if you're listening to me right now, bring us some good news. Reporting live out here in cold Little Rock, Alyssa Raymond, THV 11 News.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Yes, bring us some good news,
Okay,
please.
it's all on me now. And she's from, what, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So great balance there, sliding across the ice.
Across the ice. Way to go, Alyssa. You know what? I do have a little bit better news. Actually, right now outside, and you saw it on Alyssa's live shot, a little bit of sunlight shining on her face. There's a little bit of clearing taking place, and I really think that tomorrow we'll see a little bit more sun than we saw today, and that's really going to help things out a lot. Here's a look at the satellite view. We've got partly to mostly cloudy skies, a peak of sun here and there, but the sun is about to set in a few minutes. So that'll be gone. A few more high clouds building in from Texas, and that's going to move over the state tonight. 25 currently, 25 in Arkadelphia. It's below freezing everywhere. An hour ago, Clinton was at 32. They're back down to 30. Searcy 22, Batesville 25. So yeah, obviously any water, anything like that on the roadways will freeze again tonight. 17 are low, but tomorrow we may get to 32. Let's hope so, with a little bit more sunshine. And then after tomorrow, we see a nice little warm-up. Details on that coming up. Just a few.
All right, Ed, thank you. Our THV team coverage continuing now with our crews in Conway, Cabot, and Saline County. We begin in Faulkner County, where Marlisa Goldsmith spent the day. And how are the roads there, Marlisa?
Well, Dawn, right now there are plenty of people on the roadways here in Conway, but earlier today I have to tell you this place looked like a ghost town. There was no one on the roads, but the few people that I saw and got a chance to speak with said that they were worried they wouldn't even be able to find food today because so many businesses were closed. For the city of Conway, what they saw on the roads Monday morning was nothing like many expected.
It was ice everywhere, actually.
Ice seemed to be the theme of the day. Check out this fountain that attracted many people passing by.
I mean, it looked kind of amazing. You know, we saw it from a good 2 blocks away, and we just saw them huge icicles hanging down.
While many of the kids were excited for the day off, some of the adults weren't too happy about how hard it was to find food for the family.
It's not convenient at all.
With a 3-month-old strapped onto Daddy's back, this group spent much of the morning in search of something to eat.
It took us a while to get here because the roads are so slick and we got the kids with us, but we're hungry, so we are going to find somewhere to eat.
Bob's Grill and Cafeteria is where we found many people who knew this place would be open if nowhere else was.
Our customers are such hardcore regulars that they expect us to be open, and they'll drive down here whether we're here or not, so we might as well get up and come on in and open the door.
In fact, when Leslie Marshall got to work at 3:45 Monday morning, there were already a few customers waiting for her to open her doors.
They'd probably calling me at home wanting to know when I would be arriving at Bob's Grill, so it's just easier to get up and come on in.
Now, there are no major accidents to report here in Conway today, but we want to remind you, because of the temperatures, these roadways will begin to get slick. Take a look down here, right here in the parking lot. Ice is everywhere. I have to tell you, my photographer and I were sitting in the car right before we got on air, and 2 people came walking past us, and they slipped and fell. So if that happened with people on foot, imagine what could happen when you're behind the wheel of a car. So again, remember to be careful on the roadways. Reporting live in Conway, Marlisa Goldsmith, THV 11 News.
Marlisa, thank you. And I get the feeling if we go south to Benton and Bryant, we're going to see pretty much the same thing. Road conditions there as we go to Macy Jenkins to check on Saline County. Macy?
Yeah, Craig, Marlisa is right. She took the words right out of my mouth. It's a ghost town. And some of the streets that I was on earlier throughout the neighborhood here, the ice was still on the cars, wasn't even scraped out. These people were staying inside, taking advantage of their day off.
Many neighborhood streets are covered by sheets of ice, but with school and work canceled for the day, some are taking advantage.
What have you been doing all day?
Sledding.
Has it been fun?
Mm-hmm.
Well, get the four-wheelers out, put the truck in four-wheel drive, do some donuts.
For 8-year-old Isabella Taylor, playing in the ice with no school is a win-win.
Like from 1 to 10, a 9.
While the main roads are clearer, ice and slush still have many drivers gunning it with no luck.
You got to be cautious, real careful, and watch for other people because they'll run into the back of you.
As for Isabella, she's got the evening all figured out.
I'm probably going to drink hot cocoa.
And earlier today, I did speak with Alexander Police Chief Derek Jackson. He says the calls they've been getting have been nothing really out of the ordinary. A lot of people saying there's ice on their roads and they don't want to go out, but he's recommending that everyone stay inside. And it's looking pretty clear right now here in Saline County. Back to you.
All right, Macy, it looked like the traffic behind Macy was moving pretty easily. But Cabot, you're not alone. You're not out of this. Cabot's had its share of spinouts today, too.
Yeah, and that is where we find THV 11's Dustin Wilson. He is live with more on what's happening there. Dustin.
Guys, the icy conditions proved treacherous this morning here in Cabot as police reported getting about 40 calls with associated spinouts and weather-related accidents. Now, even though there was some thawing throughout the day, officials worry about a refreeze tonight, especially in back roads and neighborhoods like this one. Street crews along Highway 89 try to create a smooth path for one of Cabot's busiest roads.
I didn't expect this much ice, but we got it, and it's kind of slick out here.
With a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice in some spots, the weather puzzles many Arkansans like Ron Hale.
January, February, but not March.
The Cabot resident says he's ready for spring, and Sergeant Keith Graham,
I can't stand it,
feels the same. Sunshine and crews help thaw the main roads, but driving issues plague the morning hours.
Our officers have been going to wrecks, cars off in ditches, stranded motorists and whatnot, all out. Roads are not in really great condition whatsoever.
Sergeant Graham urges drivers to keep off back roads as many have not been serviced.
Hot chocolate and movies. That's it.
This couple decided to enjoy their snow day indoors.
Chill out on the couch, stay out of this cold weather. It's just way too cold to be out on the roads and too slick.
Hale reluctantly made it into work.
Went slow.
And he's tired of Old Man Winter slowing him down.
I drove this little car and just took my time.
Despite the high volume of accidents this morning, thankfully, Cabot police report no serious injuries associated with this storm. In Cabot, Dustin Wilson, THV 11 News.
All right, Dustin, thank you. And Governor Mike Beebe issuing a proclamation today to help utility crews. Entergy Arkansas reporting most of its outages in Phillips, Crittenden, and Mississippi counties. All of those counties in eastern Arkansas, of course.
Entergy has more than 2,000 crew members working to get the power back on, and they hope the majority of the electricity will be restored by late tomorrow. But for the hardest hit areas like Helena and Blytheville, it could be late Wednesday.
The winter weather making for some beautiful photographs last night and today.
THV 11 viewers from across the state send us their photos by using the hashtag #BeOn11. A big thank you to everybody who posted them. And if you want to view them, head to our website, THV11.com. Ooh, good shots.
Your forecast is next.